Hey, this is May here, and it is really late tonight, midnight, and it's kind of a last minute hangout. I was going to do it earlier, and the baby just didn't go to sleep till now. So, we're doing really, really late night hangout. It's midnight in Hawaii, and it's 6 a.m. in East Coast, so actually it's a good time over there. And if you're in the Philippines, it's 6 p.m. So I'm the only one who's having a late hangout. Everyone else is having a totally cool time hangout. So today's topic is how to be a top producer. Now, why are we talking about this topic? Well, honestly, it's one of the most important things that I think about all the time. How to become a top producer, how to sell more, how to make more money, how to become more influential, how to be the great uh, person that I set out to be and to show it, like to actually make that impact on the world. Like the best thing about what you do, if you're a business owner, whatever you sell, whoever is watching this, you probably sell something. Otherwise, you're not interested in being a top producer. So whatever it is that you sell, whatever that is, how would you like to be selling more of it? How would you like to, I mean, one of the greatest things about selling, and this is where I was going with that, it's a little late, brain's a little fuzzy. One of the greatest things about selling is that it's like instant feedback on if you are any good at what you do, right? Because if you sell a lot, then you know you're good. And if you sell nothing, you know you're bad. And if you sell some, you know you're somewhat good. And then you can actually measure your metric. Like, are you improving as a producer? Are you not improving? Are you producing anything? So that's one of the greatest things that I like about what I'm in, this industry, which I'm in, is internet marketing. I love it because instantly I can find out if anyone likes what I have to offer or not. I can find out instantly, just like that. And that's one of the greatest things about this business. So if you want to be a top producer, you find out instantly how you're doing just by the business that you're in. And it's pretty plain and simple. Just look at the writing on the wall. So how much are you producing? If you haven't produced anything, then you seriously, seriously, seriously need to hang out with top producers, right? If you haven't produced anything. Now, I'm going to tell you a little bit about my story. Okay, I started this business, internet business that I'm in right now. I started when I was pregnant. I was pregnant with my son Jordan, and I knew I had to make a change. I knew I had to make a change because I wanted to live a better life for myself, just to be a role model to him. I didn't want him to live in a family where his mom was a could have been, or had potential or something like that. I want my son to look up to me. Not, and the second thing is I wanted to have enough money where I could actually stay home and raise him myself, where I could have more time with him, see him grow up, enjoy the moments that I have with my son, and not have to worry about money or how I'm going to afford it or any of those things. And so I started this business pregnant. I started this business. Hi, David.
I may.
Dave's at work, so I'm just telling them about my story. So I'm going to continue, and then you can share yours. So I started this business pregnant. I wanted to have a different life. I wanted to find a way to spend more time with my son and just be there for my family. I wanted to actually be a homemaker. I know some women don't actually want to do that anymore, the women's rights movement and all that. However, for me, it is a woman's right to choose to live my life the way I want and to be a homemaker and to have the money to do that, because it does cost money to be a homemaker. You need money to create your home. It's not cheap. So for me, that was my burning desire when I got into this particular business. So I started out with I was just like really, really into it, really passionate about it. I was on fire. I blogged, I blogged pretty much almost every day for 3 months, just like hit it real hard. And I didn't make hardly anything. I mean, I just didn't. I didn't produce. I was not a high producer. I was a zero producer. for a little while there. When I first started, I didn't produce. I mean, there are people in my business on my team who they started out and in the first week or so they made like who knows 5,000 bucks. You know, they're just like killing it. It's not me. I'm not one of those. I was one of these. See the zero there, right there. Okay, I was a zero producer. So I was not a top producer. All right. So what did I do to fix that? Okay, it's not like magically I got hit by lightning or I don't know. It's like how do you do that? So you know what I did? I did what every person does when they first start out, who can actually change their destiny and find a way to produce. The way that I changed it is I went and learned from people who know how to produce. Okay, that's the only way to change it. If you want to learn something new, you have to find out someone who knows how to do it and learn from them, right? I mean, I had to learn how to drive a car. You think I figured it out by myself and I just jumped in a car and I was like, I'm going to figure out how to jump. I'm sure some people have done this. However, not me. Okay, it was a standard, I didn't know how to freaking shift. I didn't know how to do anything. Even with someone in the car teaching me, I still had problems. Same thing with anything. I learned the English language from listening and learning from other people. Everything we learn from other people. Okay. So if right now you're in a business, if you're in our business, if you're in your own business, and you are one of these producers, just like I was one of these producers for like 5 years. Okay. Um, and then I joined this particular business and I was like this for like 3 months. And I finally figured out that I have to learn from the people who are freaking producing, right? That's the only way to get to be a top producer. You have to learn from the people who are making the money, who are making sales. You have to go and see what the hell they're talking about, what they say, and you have to actually listen and you have to apply it, right? So I guess I finally got some, brains in my head and I was like, you know what? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I'm getting like zero results. I'm glad this hair tie has such a good, like, nice stage prop today. Anyway, I had nothing. I was a zero producer, all right? And maybe you're listening to this and you're like this. And that's okay, because everybody starts here. Everybody starts here. Even if you produce your first day, you had to start at zero before you produce. So everyone starts at this point. So it's okay. It's not a reason to beat yourself up or become depressed. I was a little sad, I admit it. However, I didn't get depressed. I just thought, what can I do to change my situation? And that's what you should be thinking right now. If you are one of these, think about what can I do to change my situation? The best way to change the situation is to study the top producers and do what they tell you to do. And that's what I did. Okay, so this is my story. I'm telling you from my point of view. My point of view, my story is different from everyone else's story because I am my own person. My name is May Duldalau. I'm sure your name is not May Duldalau. So this is my story. Okay, take it with a grain of salt because it's my story. Your story is going to be different than my story. However, you might learn something from my story that'll help you with you and creating what you're going to get in your results. So this is what I did. I said, who is the top producer in my company? Well, guess who it was? David Wood and David Sharp are the top producers in my company. Okay, they are producing a lot. Okay, they already have $1 million ring. They've made millions of dollars in this company. They're producing, they've freaking created the freaking company. Okay, they're like, they're doing very well and they produce really a lot of results. So then I was like, okay, I need to learn from them. So how did I find out? How did I learn from them? Well, our company has products where we learn from top producers. That's the products that we sell. Okay. So I hooked into one that was easy for me to access while I was at work because I work a full-time job. I'm not like one of these full-time marketers who hits it every day from morning till night. I have a baby, all right? When I started this, I was pregnant and I had a full-time job. So I was busy, you know? And so I didn't have a lot of time to spend learning things. However, I did have time at my desk to listen to things and, on my commute maybe or at night before I go to bed. So I would listen to audios that we have in one of our products called the Inner Circle. So I bought this product and I listened to this audio for, I would say, about a week, non-stop. I would say probably 8 hours a day for 5 days straight. What is this audio? This audio was called How to Close 95% of Your Prospects, and it was by David Wood and David Sharp, the top producers in my company. and I just listened to it like it was the freaking Bible. Okay, I just listened to it constantly, nonstop. And you know what happened? You know what happened after that week of listening to it? I made my first sale. Not only that, I made my second sale 2 days later, and then my third sale 3 days later, and then in like the course of like 2 weeks, 7 sales, $4,600 day. And that's from nothing. That's from a zero. That's from a producer who made nothing. Okay. And the only reason it changed was because I decided to change my thinking by going and plugging in to the thinking of someone who knew what the hell they were doing, right? And just learn from them. Just be like an open book, listen to everything they said, and just take it in until I understood it. And then when I understood it, take it in and think about how to apply it. And then I went and freaking did it. I did what they said to do. And, it was scary. It was like uncomfortable because I've never done it before. It was like the first time. And in that training, which if you don't have access to this training, I suggest you get it as soon as you can. And if you don't know how to get it, you can contact me or you can contact David, whoever sent you to this hangout. Contact them and they will give you a link to get that training because that training is invaluable. Okay, I have spent over $1,000 just to get my hands on this training. All right, and it doesn't even cost that much if you want it. However, I find it so valuable that I listen to it constantly every day. I listen to it today as well for about 8 hours as well. Today was like 5 hours. Pretty good anyway, 5 hours. And I'm just telling you that this one training in a course that has over like, I don't know, right now it probably has, I don't know, 50 trainings. This one training I listened to for a week changed my life. It changed me from being a nothing producer to finally producing results in my life. And it's dramatic. And since then, I've been able to produce results. I've been able to make sales. I've been able to produce. I am now a leader on our team in our company. And, this isn't, like I said, it wasn't easy. It didn't start overnight. If you're the kind of person in your business who needs results instantly and you're not there yet, and you're not open to learning a new mindset and changing your thoughts and just doing something different, then I'm going to tell you it might be a long time before you leave this zero stage. And I'm just being frank and honest. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. That's why I was a zero, okay? And finally, I figured out I had to learn from someone who did. And then I opened myself. I got humble, and I just went and freaking learned it. And then when I did that, my results changed. And that's my experience, my personal experience with being a producer, going from nothing to finally producing, and now in Empower Network, I'm getting these emails, and it blows my mind. Actually, I get emails. His name is Travis, and he's like, I don't know what he is. He's like the executive assistant to Dave Wood. I'm not exactly sure his title. I think it was in the last email I saw. Anyway, he's sending emails to the top producers in Empower, the company that I'm in. And I get these emails now. It blows me away that I get these emails now. However, I get them. I get these emails. I've been getting emails, I don't know how long now, for the last couple of months or so, maybe longer. I've been getting these emails. Top producer, we're going to give you a heads up. We're going to send this out. Top producer, just want to give you a heads up before everyone else finds out. We're going to let you buy this first. Top producer, I'm getting this now. And I'm just telling you that when I started, and it was just last year, it wasn't like 10 years ago. I mean, you can change quickly. And like I said, it only took about a week of intense, I had to listen to this audio though, and I had to be brave enough to actually do what it said. However, I did the work and it changed. Zero is no longer, I'm not a zero anymore. Okay. Now, like I said, that's my story. Everyone has a different story. Your story could be completely different. You might come in this business and you might be a $1 million producer on the first day. I don't know. I just know that everyone starts here and everyone wants to be a top producer, and most people are not. Most people are not a top producer. They're just not. And So this webinar, this live broadcast is for people who, you're wondering, how come I'm not a top producer? What is going on? And so I'm just sharing you that story. It's a very personal story. It's a true story. It's what it's what every top producer has to go through. It's like a shift in mindset, and there are skills that have to be learned. So it's not only the mind, there's just certain skills. I mean, they pretty much told me exactly what I had to say, and exactly what order, and exactly what I had to be thinking, exactly how I had to feel, and exactly what to do. Like it was like freaking like boom, 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 boom. And I was so surprised actually that it was so straightforward. It was just like, you do this, you do that, and you get results. And I was like, are you serious? And actually, when they were teaching it, they were saying the same thing to themselves. They were like, are you serious? It's not that easy. And I just did it. I did it, and it was that easy. I mean, it wasn't easy because I was like freaking scared, like, oh my God, I was freaking out. And the funniest thing is, the first person I made a sale to was my best friend, and I was still scared just because I wasn't used to selling stuff to people, and I just wasn't a producer before, so it just freaked me out. Asking someone to give me money for something just freaked me out. I don't know why. And then so it took me a while to get over it. However, I did what they said. They told me exactly what words to say. I was like, okay, I can memorize a sentence and I can say a sentence. Even if I'm freaking out, I can say the sentence. So, and that's what I did, and it worked. It worked. She joined. She was my best friend. You might think, oh, that's easy. Well, to me, it wasn't easy. Okay, and and I finally got her. I got my best friend, and then the next 2 days later, I got another friend in, and then it just kept going and going and going, and it was like, you know, night and day. It's like switch on and off. It's not something that is like, it's kind of a gradual process. However, it's quicker than you think. When you've decided you want to be a top producer, there are resources out there that will teach you how. And I want you to stay on this hangout to the end, because we're going to share with you some of those resources so that you can get your hands on it and also find a way to become a top producer in whatever it is you're doing, because the principles are the same. The principles are the same. It doesn't matter what industry you're in, it doesn't matter what you're selling. If you want to be a top producer, the principles are the same. Okay, so I'm going to stop here for a little moment. I'm going to defer to David. David is also in the business. And David, do you want to introduce yourself and maybe talk a little bit about your experience producing or anything that you want to share?
Yeah, sure, man. Um, yeah, I just got started with this company in April, and yeah, like what you said, it's a lot of information and a lot of training. But once you apply it, you go through the training and apply it, then you start producing. It's amazing because you transform yourself from what you were before, like you said, a big zero, not producing anything, to becoming a producer and making uh, substantial income and getting people to visualize what you see and participate in their own whatever program they're in, and they have an opportunity and a chance to become great at what they're good at. So, but the number one thing is the training. That's what we're here for, and that's what you are able to get tonight or tomorrow or whatever it is, and yeah, you really can benefit from this training here. And yeah, it's awesome. It's so much good training that you can't get anywhere else. This is top notch, top grade, the number one best training I've ever seen in my life. And yeah, it's basically it in a nutshell. As you can see, I'm not much of a talker, but I do I do love participating in these hangouts and stuff. So,
So, David, I want you to just share a little bit about your story. Like, who are you, and why did you
oh,
even get started in this? And like, tell us about your family. Give us a little history of yourself, just so that our audience knows who you are.
okay, sure, yeah.
And say something new that I don't know. Every time we do a hangout, maybe just say something new so I can get to know you a little better.
okay, sure, yeah, yeah. Besides being a full-time parent. I got 4 kids with my wife, and we have and been working. I was actually in the army for 13 years. I was deployed to Iraq in 2004, and I got in 2005, and I've since Iraq been working for our company here at Maui Electric, and you know, being a shift rotating shift worker past 10 years, 8 years, 8 to 10 years now, has been taking a toll on me. So I've been looking for different ways of income, and I came across the a video, and I saw some of our friends on it, and then I just took a chance and decided to join. And yeah, ever since then, my mindset has been, I changed my mindset. My outcomes are different, and yeah, it's looking like a better life for me. So yeah, I started off as not knowing nothing, um, frustrated, and just looking for a way out. Yeah, and I found the tool to get myself out of here. So yeah, I mean, that's kind of basically who I am. I'm a dad, a great dad at that. I love my kids. I love my wife. I love all my friends and family. And I'm just a normal guy, just like you out there. I'm just making a difference in my life, and I'm taking the right steps to do so. Um, like right now, I'm at my job right now, and this is part of the reason why I want to get out of it. It's because it's what time is it now? It's 12:30 in the night, and this kind of lifestyle isn't really healthy for me. Um, so I'm just looking for something a lot better and a lot stabler and more fun. So yeah, that's why I'm here. And my goal is to get out of this and travel the world. Different places every so often. Just move from here and there, and take my family along for the ride. So that's me.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing, David. And David is also late night, so he's in Maui. So we're both midnight. And David, I was sharing that it's actually not late night for East Coast. It's actually 6 a.m. So it's actually decent time for them. And then in the Philippines, it's 6 p.m. So only us in Hawaii is it late night. So if you happen to be in Hawaii and you're up, then you're like us. The reason I'm up, as I said before, is because my baby didn't go to sleep until just now. So that's why I'm up. And David's actually working night shifts. He has rotating shifts, so sometimes he works really late at night and sometimes he works earlier. So that's why he's up. And every now and then we get visitors like Dan Armitage, who actually works for late night too in Vegas, and then he'll join us sometimes on these late night hangouts, and it'll be like really early in the morning. And so that's just an explanation of the time and everything. So excuse us if we talk a little funny because it's late. I think if anyone has had children, then they understand what we're talking about, because when you have little children, you take the time that you can to get what you need done, right? And then you go to sleep after they're done, after they get to sleep. So anyway, moving on, I wanted to use this hangout basically to explain that we are having something that is a limited opportunity, okay, where you can learn from the top producer that I know of. I mean, he's the top producer that I know for anything, like of anything. And I've met a lot of people. T. Harv Eker, he's the author of Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. He created the company Peak Potentials, and he sold that recently. He's very lucrative. He's good at what he does. I love T. Harv Eker. However, I would say that this other man that we're going to introduce now is even more top producer than T. Harv Eker. And I love T. Harv Eker. I think T. Harv Eker is just awesome. Okay. He's like the man. However, this other person who I've already mentioned, David Wood, produces like I have never seen in my life. Now, maybe the Wolf of Wall Street, maybe he would give him a run for his money because the Wolf of Wall Street, I know he made a ton of money and he could sell anything as well. I don't really remember his name. I just saw the movie recently, and I know he's a real person. He might even still be alive. I'm not sure. And he's probably also a top producer. However, I don't know him personally. David Wood, I actually know personally. He's actually personable. You can actually meet him. You can talk to him. You can get to know him better. He's someone that I actually know. And I know producers. I know millionaires. I have a friend who's a millionaire. He wants to produce a video with me. The topic of the video is going to be how to become a millionaire. I'm excited to do it with him. However, he is not a bigger producer than David Wood. David Wood is more than a millionaire. Okay, David Wood has more than that much money. David Wood lives the dream. Okay, he not only does that, he produces millionaires. Now, I don't know many people who produce millionaires. Now, like I said, he might not be the top producer in the world. I'm actually not sure. However, he's the top producer that I know and that I associate with and who I know is open and available for people to learn from. Okay. So he's someone out there who I know, who I trust, and I really love David Wood. I actually think he's a genius. Just from what I've heard, every training that I've seen from him, it's just the level of knowledge that he has about the topics that he knows about, which is basically how to be a top producer. He is like up there. He knows things that people haven't even thought of yet. Okay, so David and I were just at a recent training live with David Wood, that just blew our minds. I think David even passed out in the audience for a little while there, right, David? During that training. He's smiling because he was like knocked out dead because it was very high level stuff. Like, we're not even talking about like, I mean, there was a point where he actually took a pen from the audience and then he just sold that pen. Okay. He sold a pen that someone just gave him. Like, somebody give me something to sell, someone give me a pen, and he sells the pen, right? Which is why I was thinking of Wolf of Wall Street. If you've seen that movie, you understand. So he has that kind of a skill that he can just sell on the spot anything at any time, which I just admire. On top of that, though, he has these trainings where he goes into such detail as the types of language that you can use and why it's effective, like sentence structure, just really, like, he knows things, like he's almost like a computer, how much stuff is in his head, and he just spits it out. Like, I mean, it's not like he was reading a script. He's just going off. Maybe he'd look at his notes occasionally. However, he's just like listing the million things on a board, and I was just like, this guy is like beyond. I don't even know what to say. That's why sometimes I have to listen to his trainings for hours and hours and hours, because first I have to comprehend what he's saying, and then after that, there's like levels of comprehension. Like, once you understand it the first time, then you're like, wait, I gotta listen to it again because wait, now I hear it at a different level of awareness. Now it's like, oh, now I know what he's talking about. And then when you take what he says and you actually use it, and then you get your first sale, your second sale, and you start producing, then you listen to it again, and then it makes even more sense. And then you start to hear other things that you didn't hear the first time. That's how in-depth and amazing this man is, David Wood. I thoroughly, thoroughly admire him. I really do. And it's a privilege. It's a privilege to know him, to learn from him, and to study with him. So the purpose of this hangout is to talk about how to be a top producer. It's also to introduce you to David Wood and to give you an opportunity to actually learn from him on Saturday. So today is Thursday. No, it's actually Friday. Sorry, it's like 12:30. So it's Friday now. So he's going to do a live training tomorrow. It's going to be a live training where he's going to give out his secrets on how to become really good at selling and making money. All right, different aspects of it. He's going to do that training on Saturday. And there is a entry ticket to that training right now. It is only $27 to access this live training with Dave Wood. He's going to be there. He's going to be training. He's going to have a chat. You can ask questions. He'll answer them. I mean, this is like the opportunity of a lifetime. Okay. I don't think I've ever even been in one of these on the web. I've been in live trainings in person. This is the first live webcast training that I think I've even been involved in with him. And this is a limited time. I mean, it's only this Saturday. It's not going to be live again. He's only doing it this Saturday. And so the tickets right now are $27. And that gives you a ticket to see the whole thing. And I highly, highly, highly encourage you to click the button and watch this live training. And if you don't know what button to click or what link to click, how to get there, just talk to whoever sent you to this video. So, and today is August 21st, 2014. So if you see this kind of late, it might be still dated because this training is going to be on Saturday. Oh, actually, it's not the 21st anymore. I'm sorry. It is Friday the 22nd. Oh, my goodness. Okay. So the 23rd is going to be the training. So if you're seeing this after the 23rd, it's too late. Forget it. Okay. However, if you're seeing it before that date, talk to the person who sent you here. So if David sent you here to watch this video, talk to David. He has a link for you to click where you can get your ticket. All right. So tickets, you can only get them from us, people who are already in. We have these special tickets, and they are discounted. They're only $27, and I don't know if the price is going to go up. It's been going up like every day. So, I mean, it might go up again later tonight. I'm not even sure. However, right now, the tickets are definitely $27, at least, I'm pretty sure, for the next 12, 24 hours or so. So click on the link that you see from either myself, David, or whoever sent you to this video, and just buy the ticket and get on with us. Because I bought my ticket, David bought his ticket. We're both going to be on this hangout. We're on this live webcast. We're going to be there. We're going to be learning. We're going to be taking notes, because every time David would teach us something, he's teaching something of value. And actually, I heard him talk today because I've been listening to his trainings like on a daily basis. I listen like every day. Today, I heard him say that he actually started giving more value than you pay for. When he was really young, he learned that that's how he's going to make a lot of money, because if you give people way more value than they pay for, eventually it'll all catch up and you'll be paid what you've given out. However, so in the beginning, he just over-delivered, So if you're paying $27, he's going to give you probably like $1,000 worth of knowledge. And that's the truth, because that's just David Wood. That's just how he is. He feels that if he can over-deliver, then you're more likely to want to learn from him again, right? I mean, if he's going to offer you this training and it sucks, I mean, why would you ever pay him again to learn anything else? And the fact that he's a top producer and he does so well already tells you that he delivers value, because that's the only way people would keep paying to see what he has or to buy his products, is because he knows what he's talking about, and he delivers, and he over delivers, so that people can get what they're looking for and then more. So it's $27. It's a live webcast. It's like never happened before. It'll never happen again. It's this Saturday. All you have to do is buy a ticket. You can buy it from David, myself, whoever sent you here. Get inside and get access to this, because I'm telling you, it will be life changing. And I'm not even kidding you. I mean, when I was a zero, all I wanted to do, all I could think of was, how can I make my first sale? My first sale. I just wanted that one first sale. I mean, I just felt like I was in a desert all alone. And how do I get past this freaking zero? It's like on my forehead, where I wanted to get rid of it. I wanted to finally make that first sale. And the only way I did that, the only way I overcame that, was David Wood and David Sharp. Just listening to that audio and just being open to learning something new. So I don't know what situation you're in right now. Maybe you're a good producer and you just want to be better. Maybe you're a zero and you want to finally get out of the zero. I don't know where you're at. However, I can tell you this, and this is guaranteed. If you want to get to the next level, you have to learn from someone who's doing what you want to do already. And unless you are David Wood, then I suggest you get on this webcast and watch it, because he's going to offer you something of value. He's going to offer you something that could change your life. And he's going to give you that one next thing that's going to propel you to go from 0 to number 1. And number 1 feels so good. I have to tell you, number one felt better to me than number 40, 47. I mean, it just did. Because it's just, number 1 was number 1. You know, it was like the first one. It was like the breakthrough sale for me, because I had been struggling and I just didn't know what to do. And I felt hopeless. I didn't know what was going on. And I was just like, I have to sell to make money. And I knew that. And every business is based on that. I don't care who you are. You have to learn to sell to make money, no matter what you're in. And my full-time job is at a bank, and we have to sell. We have to sell loans. We have to sell bank accounts, credit cards. You know, if we don't sell that stuff, we have no jobs. So every business has to sell to make money. And if you have a job, that means your business is selling something, and that's why you have your job. So selling is extremely important. Becoming a top producer is one of the greatest things you can do for your family, for yourself, for society, for the community, because top producers create jobs. Top producers create money that flows, income. They fuel the economy. Top producers create wealth, not only for themselves, but for people around them and for the communities that they're in. So being a top producer is an honor and a privilege. It's something to strive towards. It's something to learn how to become so that you can get to that next level. And to me, it's like the ultimate. Like right now, I spend so much time learning this because I know how important this is. People don't understand the importance of this, and yet it is so important. We are producing, we are selling, we're marketing every day in our lives, every day, for everything that we do. We have to learn how to be influential to help us just get by. Not only that, to help lift others, to help lift ourselves, to actually finally get the results that we want. So to me, this is something that is extremely important, which is why I spend so much time learning about it and then going and doing it. So like this hangout, I'm telling you about this, and of course I'm asking you to buy a ticket. Of course I'm benefiting. You know, we are selling. I'm always selling. I'm always practicing what I learn. However, the key is that we're going to over-deliver for you. We're going to over-deliver, and you're going to feel like this is going to change my life. And wherever you were at, you're going to be propelled to the next level now. So I'm going to tell you to go to that link that whoever sent you here. Click on that link and just get in. I mean, it's $27. This is like once in a lifetime. For me, David Wood, the stuff that I've learned from him, I don't even know how to put a price tag on it. There's some things in life that are just more important, and you don't really put price tags on it. So to me, he really, really, really does over-deliver. Like he's like the geek, the ultimate like brain child of like production and sales. And I highly admire him. And I'm really looking forward to Saturday. I'm going to be on there. I'm going to be taking notes. I'm excited. And I know that you are too. So just click on the link and get started. David, do you have anything you want to add?
Well, I've been through. I mean, I already got that top producer formula, and I've been going through some of the modules. And what David Wood does is, like May says, he over delivers by far. So what you're getting is an amazing amount of stuff for that low price. I mean, I would pay $20,000 just to get it, and he's giving it away, just giving it away for 27 bucks. And believe me, you'll get your money worth and then some. Plus, not to mention all the other money that you're gonna make by implementing all of this training in your business. So, and it works for everything. online, offline, whatever it is you're in, it'll work. It's proven. So all you gotta do is show up, apply, learn and apply it, and then I'm pretty sure you're gonna be blown away. And yeah, his reputation is awesome, and you're gonna see it when you watch it on Saturday on that live stream. So I'll see you guys there. Click the link. Get in now.
Yeah, I mean, things don't stick around forever. Opportunities pass people by. I know people who they wanted to get in or do something at one point and then they let it slip by and then they just regret it. You know, they regret it. I mean, why live your life regretting stuff, you know, especially small stuff like $27 that could change your life. To me, it's like no brainer. It's a no brainer, you know. I mean, you might get stuck on it for a little bit and then be like, wait a minute, this is like a $27 decision. Why am I being so stubborn? You're like, what am I thinking? You know, it's $27 to find out who the hell this Dave Wood guy is that everyone seems to talk about, and how has he made it so that, you know, people can make so much money. I mean, he has like 13 millionaires, I think 13 so far in Empower Network, and only less than like 3 years. Income disclaimer, just because there are millionaires doesn't guarantee that you will be a millionaire in this business. Everyone has individual results, and it depends on, you know, how open you are to being trained, how much experience you have, et cetera, et cetera. And like David and I are saying, you don't have to have a lot of experience. However, you have to be open. You have to be open and willing to learn. Because if you don't have experience, then you got to know that you have to do this learning curve to actually learn about what you need to know so that you have the ability to do what you need to do. Because if you have no experience, you're starting from zero, right? So you got to learn what to do. And that's kind of where I was from. I was learning from zero. My sales skills were, you know how I knew my sales skills were zero? Because I wasn't producing anything, okay? So you want to know how your sales skills are? How much do you sell, okay? That's what your sales skills are right now, all right? And I used to be that, okay? That's what I was. And I know, because I was selling nothing, okay? And I got humble, and I just thought about where am I? I just looked at myself honestly, and I was like, you know what? I'm a zero, okay? It's not a good or bad thing. It's just where I am. Everybody starts there, like I said. I just happened to be there for a little while, you know, like 3 months in this company anyway. And, you know, it's okay. You know, it's okay. If you're a zero, it's okay. It's not, like I said, it's not good or bad. It's just, I just stopped myself for a moment, and I just I didn't judge myself. I didn't, you know, beat myself up. I just took some time to notice that I was a zero at that point and that I needed help. And so I asked for help. And, you know, I asked for help, and then I looked for what I needed. I asked for it, and then I looked, and I had the resources, okay? I already had the resources, and I just looked through the resources. I mean, like I said, they're like, I don't know how many audio files in the Inner Circle course alone, okay, alone. And in that Inner Circle course, I looked through all the titles, and I looked for what I needed. I'm like, I need help, you know, closing prospects. I need help making sales. So I looked for every audio that had that in the title. I just started listening to it. That's what I did. I mean, that's pretty simple, and it's exactly what I did. And most people won't do this because they can't get past their ego. They can't get past the fact that they're a zero, and they don't want to admit that they're a failure. And you're not really a failure. You just haven't learned what you need to learn yet. However, a lot of people aren't willing to admit that they're a zero, or they're not willing to admit that they need help, and they're not willing to admit that they got to learn something new. I mean, you might be older like me when I was in this business. You know, I've already had this college degree. I've already done graduate work. I blah, 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 blah. I could be so egotistical. However, I was like, you know what? I know crap about sales, all right? I might be real smart in the stuff that I know. However, this sales thing, I'm a zero. So I need to start like basic level ABCs, kindergarten sales school, and I just got to learn everything I freaking can, and I got to get out of that. Because, you know, just because I'm older and I'm well educated and doesn't mean I know anything about sales. I almost swore that. Doesn't mean I know anything about sales. Okay, and wherever you are, wherever you're at, you know, you have to think about that for yourself. If you're a zero, and you know you are because you know how much you're selling, then you have to think about it. Okay, I'm a 0. What can I learn to get out of being a 0? That's all it is. It's not anything really complicated. You just have to find someone who's getting results and learn from them. And for me, it was David Wood. So I recommend you go to David Wood because that's what I did, because he's a top producer, like top producer. Okay, he's still producing over me. So I'm not going to tell you to come to me. I'm going to tell you to go to him. Okay, go and listen to what David Wood has to say, because it's going to change your life like it changes my life. Every time I listen to what he says, I change. Every time. And that's just how it is, because I'm open and I'm like hungry. I want to learn this stuff. I'm like, I want to know this. I'm a 0 and I want to get out of it. And I got out of it. I'm not a 0 anymore. So how is that possible? Like I said, you have to be open and willing to learn new things. And right now, David Wood is teaching just this topic about how to become a top producer. He's having a live webcast this Saturday, August 23rd, 2014. The tickets are $27, which is less than a movie with your, if you go on a date to a movie and have food, less than that cost. And $27. $27. So don't go to Starbucks for like 4 days and just spend the $27. See if it changes your life. I mean, if you're listening to this, you're obviously wondering and inside thinking, how can I become a top producer? Well, I'm going to tell you right now, learn from top producers. And I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to be there. David's going to be there. We're going to be taking notes. We're going to be, absorbing. We're going to figure out. We actually also bought we bought the ticket to the live webcast, and we also have we're going to get the recording so we can watch it again and again and again. And so trust me, I'm going to be watching it again and again and again, because that's just how I am. I just, repetition is the master, right? You have to get into it, you have to learn it, and sometimes that means you have to listen to it a lot, And sometimes you don't get it the first time. In fact, most stuff, I don't really get it the first time. I mean, sometimes I think I get it, and then later on I listen to it again, I'm like, okay, what I thought I got was not really what they were saying. I got a little bit of it. Like I got this tiny piece, because that's where I was ready to understand it. I was only at the level where I could understand a little bit of what they were saying. It's kind of like when you're learning a new language, right? And people are talking this language, and all you hear are the words that you know. And there might be 3 words you understand, and that's all you hear them say, because that's all you can comprehend, because you just started learning the language. And then as you learn more words, the whole thing starts to make sense. And you're like, now I actually know what the hell they were saying before. Before I could only understand 3 words, and now I understand 5, and then I understand 10, and then I understand, and then one day you understand the whole sentence, and then your life changes just like that. So I'm gonna end this webcast a little early, just so that I can hop into bed, before 1 a.m. maybe. So I'm gonna leave it here. I'm just gonna say, click a link that you got when you got sent here. If you're watching this on Google Plus and you have no link, well, you see me, friend me, and ask me for the link, and I'll send it to you. Or friend David, and ask us for the link, and we'll send it to you. And you can buy your ticket, because to me, this is like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to learn from David Wood. It's just going to be an amazing experience, and I'm looking forward to it, and I'll see you there. Okay, so we're going to end it now. David, do you have any final words you want to share with everyone?
Just have a good night, guys, and we'll see you at the live webcast. So yeah, I guess take care.
Bye.
Bye.